Last week, I got an unexpected voicemail from someone I hadn't spoken to in years. His voice was familiar, but heavy. I've been thinking, maybe it's time I walk away from everything and hit reset. Mind if we talk soon? It hit me how much things can change, and how much they can stay the same. This wasn't the first time he'd spoken about feeling lost. Years back, during a long walk through the city, he'd turned to me and asked, "Do you think you're successful?" I remember laughing a little before responding. "That depends," I said. Successful by whose standards? See, that question is a trap when it's left unchecked. The world around us tends to equate success with status, applause, and bank balances. But strip all of that away, and the question becomes something else entirely. Am I living in a way that's true to who I am? And often, the answer is no. Many of us are drifting. We wake up, work, scroll, sleep, repeat. We fall into relationships, jobs, roles, like outfits we didn't pick but somehow ended up wearing. And then one day we look in the mirror and don't recognize the person staring back. I know this because I've worn those outfits too. I once built a life that made perfect sense on paper, the kind of life others would envy. But inside, I felt like a stranger living someone else's story. My days were filled with commitments that meant nothing to me, and my choices were powered not by conviction, but by momentum. The issue wasn't laziness or fear, it was disconnection. I hadn't figured out what truly mattered to me, what I valued. And without that foundation, every decision I made felt hollow. Personal values aren't about being moral or good. They're your internal compass, silent, often invisible, but always steering you somewhere. Psychologists call them motivational blueprints. They inform your choices, shape your boundaries, and quietly influence what you seek and what you avoid. But here's the catch. Most people never consciously define them. That's why so many of us climb ladders only to find they're leaning against the wrong wall. We all worship something. When I asked my friend what success meant to him, he shrugged and said, "Whoever made the most money." That's not unusual. Money, recognition, influence, these things are easy to measure. They're loud. But values like inner peace, growth, kindness, those are quiet. They don't scream. They require you to listen. If your life feels off track, it might not be because you've made bad choices. It might be because you've been living someone else's values. So, what do you stand for? For me, things started to shift when I stopped asking what I wanted to do and started asking who I wanted to be. That question led me to write down 10 personal principles. Not goals, not dreams, but values. Things I would stand for, no matter what changed around me. Here are a few of mine, reshaped over time. Integrity: do what feels right, even when no one's watching. Presence: be where your feet are, show up fully. Resilience: stay soft, even when life gets hard. Simplicity: clear out the noise. Say no to clutter, physical, mental, emotional. Contribution: leave people better than you found them. Curiosity: keep asking, keep learning, and stay open. Freedom: choose your own path. Don't outsource your soul. Creativity: make things that didn't exist before you. Compassion: assume others are hurting. Be kind anyway. Joy: don't postpone it. Find it in ordinary moments. Now, when decisions come up, I don't default to what's popular, profitable, or praised. I ask, does this align with who I said I wanted to be? Intentional living is not about control. It's not a productivity hack. It's a quiet rebellion against autopilot. It's you choosing your own rhythm instead of dancing to someone else's beat. It looks like slowing down, saying no more often, protecting your energy, creating space, asking questions like, does this feel like me? Will this nourish or drain me? Am I chasing this out of fear or out of love? And if you're not sure, go back to your values. They're not rigid rules, they're anchors. They help you navigate the storm, not avoid it. Your values will evolve, and that's okay. You're not a fixed entity, you're a becoming. As philosopher Alan Watts once said, the meaning of life is just to be alive. But how you choose to live while you're here, that's the masterpiece. So the next time you're standing at a crossroads, whether it's quitting a job, ending a relationship, or choosing a new path, don't ask, what's the right decision? Ask instead, which direction pulls me closer to who I want to become? Because in the end, the only life worth living is the one that's actually yours.